Good morning, everyone. You'll please bow your heads as we say a word of prayer. Holy One, dear one who knows us more intimately than we know ourselves. We present ourselves in this assembly as we draw near to the end of this academic year, in the hopes that you will reveal yourselves in our midst, in our thoughts, in our desires, in our conversations, in our work, in our frustrations, in our anguish, in our enthusiasms, in our joy, and in the blessed peace. That is an inherent part of our very selves. Help us open our hearts and minds to understanding that we might become the people you love to call your own. In your name we pray, amen.
Let us all remain standing for Lift Every Voice and Sing, located in your program.
Good morning. Members of the platform party, faculty, staff, alumni, families, esteemed guests, and fellow Dillard students. I am Chadrick Hudson, a junior financial economics and accounting double major from Shreveport, Louisiana, and your current Student Government Association president. I'm excited to be here this morning to celebrate with you our academic accomplishments of the last year. Present in Lawless Chapel is a representation of how vision, dedication, hard work, determination, and a commitment to excellence can manifest itself into something tangible. The mission of our great institution is to produce graduates who excel, become world leaders, are broadly educated, culturally aware, and concerned with improving human condition. By working diligently to achieve at the highest academic levels, we are the epitome of the hopes, dreams, and aspirations of those who established this phenomenal institution of higher learning. And beyond the grounds of our beloved Dillard, we demonstrate that in a time when motivation and focus of our generation is constantly in question. There are a great many of us who recognize the need to excel and to serve as role models to our peers. We are a testament that academic excellence is a priority and that when we work hard, we can excel in such a great capacity. To my fellow students that are not being honored today, be inspired by your peers and mark your place for next semester. Today, we honor champions. Champions in the classroom, many who have defied the odds and achieved this excellence against great adversity. Today, we honor you. So celebrate your accomplishments and enjoy the moment.
It is with great pleasure that I introduce to you our keynote speaker and Dillard alum, Dr. Walter T. Tillman, Jr., class of 1998. It was not too long ago, as a student, just like us, he made the decision to strive toward excellence in everything that he did. While he was a Dillard student, he made a choice to be committed to academic excellence while also being an active student leader on campus. He demonstrated through his accomplishments that it was possible to achieve success in multiple ways. After graduating from Dillard, he continued to pursue his education and to position himself to be in roles that would afford him the opportunity to effect change in education, economic development, and politics on a broad scale. His consistent dedication to learning and giving back are evident in the countless positions he holds in professional, community, and civic organizations. In these roles, he has continued his life commitment to work on issues larger than himself and to motivate others to follow a similar path. Dr. Tillman currently works with the Louisiana Department of Health and Hospitals. He has held leadership positions throughout the Southern University System, the Urban League of Middle Tennessee, and Meharry Medical School. Additionally, he has worked in mayoral administrations of New Orleans, Louisiana, and Jackson, Mississippi. In Jackson, Dr. Tillman became the youngest equal business opportunity officer in the history of the city. All of these roles provided him with experience and perspective that have prepared him to be an empowerment agent. And as an empowerment agent and motivational speaker, he has been committed to inspiring others to pursue their dreams while also encouraging them to support others along the way. Life is about seizing the moments and not allowing opportunities to pass you by. I charge you, as the academic leaders of our Dillard community, to seize this moment, to find a way to follow Dr. Tillman's example and to embrace his message. Find yourself in his words and determine how to apply them to your life at Dillard and beyond. Please join me in welcoming our Honors Convocation speaker, Dr. Walter T. Tillman, Jr.
Where are the leaders, the guardians, the guides, the pioneers? Are they hiding, dead, or not to be found? Or are there none who care? The need is great, the cause is true, the battle line is drawn, the ranks stay for a champion, but none will face the dawn. Must we perish in confusion, put down no more to rise? Is there not just one deliverer who will answer our cries? I sought from east to west, and then I sought from north to south, to find a willing soldier who would break the courage drought. Perhaps a bugler call will rouse the red bloods in his veins. Come quickly, bugler, sound the call to launch a new campaign. The danger presses closer yet at every halting breath. Arise and lead, please, someone, but there's nothing left. But not a murmur do I hear, no single sound or call. Perhaps I have to take the role of leader after all. Then I'll do my best to lead the rest. To danger I will go, with muscles tense and iron will to charge against the foe. With victory within our sight, the enemy will flee, and none will know until that hour that the leader could be me. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, honorees, it's good to be home. Would you join me in giving another round of applause for this extraordinary choir? I've been listening to this choir for 20 years under Davenport, and I could listen to it for 20 more. I'd like to acknowledge a few members of my church who are standing in the back. My pastor, Dr. Renee Brown, my predecessor, chairman of the Deacons, Nathaniel Harrison, and two of my fellow members, Sister Inez Jenkins and Sister Lutavia Harrison, who made the drive here with me. And I make certain to call attention to that, because it's good when people will go to see you. It's great when people will travel to see you, and I thank them for their love and support. Dillard, I am honored by the invitation to stand in this pulpit where Reverend Gardner C. Taylor, Calvin Butts, and Martin Luther King Jr. stood. Alumni Patrick O'Neill Jefferson, Cynthia Marie Antoinette Butler McIntyre, and President Samuel Du Bois Cook, Michael Lucius Lomax, and now Walter Mark Kimbrough stand. Challenged by the charge to address a new generation of my beloved Dillard family, but privileged and prepared by my Mississippi Foundation, my Dillard education, and God's amazing grace. Today I want to speak with you from the central theme, Alma Mater's Dream, daring to achieve your Dillard destiny. Before distractions set in, I want to be absolutely clear. Your Dillard destiny is determined exclusively by God and by you. I'll keep my lectures short if you stay with me. As we chat about achieving your Dillard destiny, I need you to think about three parts: the head, the hands, and the heart. The phrase alma mater comes from the Latin language meaning fostering mother or our mother. It is particularly relevant to this message today because I want to tap into your recollections and understanding of a nurturing mother or a mother figure. This morning I submit to you that Dillard is like a mother who has a dream for her children. Alma mater's dream. My own mother went to be with the Lord in 2012, but I vividly recall the strength she gave me to take on the world and the peace she provided when the world sent me back home, beat down, uncertain, and tired. Even today, 15 minutes of conversation with me, and you will hear some lesson that she taught me or some standard that she instilled in me. In addition to an adoring mother, I was richly blessed to have a babysitter who was like a second mother. And in every area my own mother was slow to take action, my babysitter filled in the rest. My mother coddled my siblings and me and shielded us from much. But my babysitter made certain that we faced life's challenges, swept the floors to learn hard work, roll the dough for dumplings to learn how to entertain others, and sit quietly, seeing and waiting for our time. What does this have to do with you as honor students of Dillard University and supporters, you may ask? Plenty. Like a mother's unconditional love, Dillard's love for you is unconditional. Like a loving mother, Dillard transfers certain values and protects you until you gain the strength to soar on your own. To see you soar is a mother's dream. It's our alma mater's dream as well. Like my mother and my babysitter, Dillard will coddle you when you need it, but push you to confront the challenges of life at the same time. When you don't get that fellowship opportunity, she will bring you in, listen to you, listen to your disappointment, remind you how smart you are, but then tell you about the deadlines for the next fellowship. When you miss the basketball team, Dillard will bring you in, remind you of your high school score records, give you conditioning tips that will make you better and stronger, and tell you to try out for next year's squad. Throughout the gleaming white and spacious green of this sacred institution is a love that reaches into the mountains of Colorado, the skyscrapers of New York City, the prairie lands of Texas, the delta of Mississippi, and throughout the parishes of Louisiana. to pull young men and young women, largely of African American heritage, with few economic or social advantages, to walk this sacred space for a few years, safely protected, until you can start the race to achieve your Dillard destiny. Alma Mater's dream is to see each of you reach your individual Dillard destiny. One of the interesting experiences of being a student at Dillard during the Cook years was hearing about ML. Yep, our president at that time went to school with Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and affectionately called him ML. Dr. King said, if a man is called to be a street sweeper, he should sweep streets even as Michelangelo painted, or Beethoven composed music, or Shakespeare wrote poetry. He should sweep streets so well that all the hosts of heaven and earth will pause to say, here lived a great street sweeper who did his job well. You see, my Dillard brothers and sisters, Alma Mater's dream is that you will reach your individual fullest potential. To do that, you must put your hands to work like no one ever before you. If you want to be a college president like alumna Dr. Ruth Simmons, the first and last African-American president of Ivy League University, you must put your hands to work, identify the traditional path to the presidency, and then identify your path to the presidency. You must be like the character in Robert Frost's poem, The Road Not Taken. Take the one less traveled by and see what a difference it makes. As current students of Dillard, it is important that you know about some of those who walk before you, on whose shoulders you stand. You are the heirs to a proud legacy of trendsetters, founders, leaders, men and women distinguished by their service, but bonded to you by fair Dillard. Your Dillard destiny may resemble medical doctors Mitchell W. Spellman, the founding dean of the Charles R. Drew Medical School, or Warren A. Jones, the first African-American elected president of the American Academy of Family Physicians, both Dillard men. Make sure to tell all of your Xavier friends that it was Karen Drake, a Dillard woman, who delivered the Iowa septuplets. Your Dillard destiny may resemble that of attorneys P.B.S. Pinchback, or the first African-American governor in the United States, or Revis O. Ortiz Jr., the first African-American elected to the Louisiana Supreme Court. Dillard men. Alma Mater is dreaming. She is dreaming that you will chart new courses, break old records, and do it in a uniquely you way. The Dillard destiny calls for your hands to make a unique way for you. Now, how many Greeks do we have in the house? Will all the members of the Greeks stand? I couldn't see. Greeks, please stand for just a sec. Please be seated. I need the Greeks to listen for just a moment, because there's a Dillard destiny charge uniquely for you. Founded in 1906, Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity's national president is Mark S. Tillman, a Dillard alum. Michael Price, Kevin Charles Speed, yours truly, and hopefully Chad, have all served on Alpha's board of directors. Although he was not an alum, Charles C. Teamer Sr. served as 27th General President while he was Dillard's Vice President for Fiscal Affairs. The Dillard destiny calls for Dillard men to lead, and more Dillard men to lead Alpha. Founded in 1908, the Ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated have had two Dillard women serve as president, Dr. Ida L. Jackson and Matilda B. Graves. But the Dillard destiny calls for more still. Cynthia Marie Antoinette Butler McIntyre of the Dillard University class of 1976 is the immediate past president of Delta Sigma Theta. But Beta Gamma has a charge to keep. The Dillard destiny calls for more Dillard Deltas to lead. The Dillard AKAs and the Dillard Deltas are not the only Greek women capable of leading. Ladies of Zeta Phi Beta and Sigma Gamma Rho, the Dillard destiny is looking for you to give us a national president. Dillard men of Omega Psi Phi, Kappa Alpha Psi, and Iota Phi Theta, you have a rendezvous with destiny. This list needs to be completed with Dillard national presidents, so you have a charge to keep. Dillard men and Dillard women are leaders who serve on the national and international levels. It is our mother's dream. We need a Dillard Omega, a Dillard Kappa, and a Dillard Iota to lead these respective groups and show the Dillard way. And when that happens, not if, but when that happens, the entire Dillard family must come together. Just as I arrived at Fair Dillard some years ago from Indianola, Mississippi, having never set foot on Dillard's campus, telling people that I was ready to take on the world, you, my brothers and sisters, arrived with similar aspirations and attending fears. However, you came, you stayed, and now we're here. So what made you stay? The short answer is your head. Your head moved you to come to Dillard, even if it was motivated by parental force, scholarship offers, romantic interests, or you just didn't have anywhere else to go. But your destiny called for you to be here because you need to be here to recognize your fullest potential. Since the day you've arrived, you've heard about what we do at Dillard, how we do things at Dillard, who we are at Dillard, and what is expected of us. However, you have stayed the course because you've identified something that you as an individual could receive from this Dillard experience. You have determined a Dillard destiny for yourself. An alma mater's dream is that you will recognize that destiny. So let's talk a minute about the Dillard destiny you created. To give context to this conversation, let's stipulate a few things. First, there are over 1,500 colleges and universities operating in the United States. There are 105 HBCUs, 8 HBCUs in Louisiana, and 3 in New Orleans. So clearly, you had a choice. Your head brought you here because your destiny is to be realized from the experiences you gain here. Dillard University, founded in 1869 or 1866, depending on which predecessor institution you claim, has as its mission to produce graduates who excel, become world leaders, are broadly educated, culturally aware, and concerned with improving the human condition, able to meet the competitive demands of a diverse, global, and technologically advanced society. You are here because your head said it was good for you to be here. You are here because you want to be broadly educated and culturally aware. During my years here, we regularly heard Dr. Cook quote Benjamin Elijah Mays about our responsibility to have a love affair with higher possibilities. Exactly what that means has always been the source of great debate. But today I want to say that love affair is you recognizing your Dillard destiny. As I move to a conclusion, I want to share with you to think about alma mater's dream for achieving your Dillard destiny. You must put your hands to work like no one before you, and you must follow your head towards the vision. But the last thing is your heart. Alma mater's dream for you achieving your Dillard destiny requires you to commit your head and your hearts to achieving your personal best. But I must remind you of a goal from the university mission statement that, like any good mother, alma mater wants you to bring your sisters and brothers with you. So for every honor student here today whose close friend, boyfriend, girlfriend, teammate, frat brother, or line sister is absent from the guest list, you have a charge to keep. The Dillard destiny is about individual achievement without sacrificing a heart for others. Ladies and gentlemen, alma mater's dream requires your head to be here, your hands to work like none before you, but it also requires your heart to remain connected and committed to your brothers and sisters. In a speech I did at an AME church in 2013, I shared a few words from Dr. Benjamin Elijah Mays' eulogy of Dr. King that I think we should think about today. Surely this man was called of God to do this work. If Amos and Micah were prophets in the 8th century BC, Martin Luther King Jr. was a prophet in the 20th century. If Isaiah was called of God to prophesy in his day, Martin Luther King was called of God to prophesy in his time. If Hosea was sent to preach love and forgiveness centuries ago, Martin Luther was sent to expound the doctrine of nonviolence and forgiveness in the 3rd quarter of the 20th century. If Jesus was called to preach the gospel to the poor, Martin Luther was called to give dignity to the common man. If a prophet is one who interprets in clear and intelligible language the will of God, Martin Luther King Jr. fits that designation. If a prophet is one who does not seek popular causes to espouse, but rather the causes he thinks are right, Martin Luther qualified on that score. No, he was not ahead of his time. No man is ahead of his time. Every man is within his star, each in his time. Each man must respond to the call of God in his lifetime and not in somebody else's time. Jesus had to respond to the call of God in the 1st century AD, not the 20th century. He had but one life to live. He couldn't wait. How long do you think Jesus would have had to wait for the authorities to accept him? 25 years? 100 years? 1,000 years? No, he died at 33 because he couldn't wait. Paul, Galileo, Copernicus, Martin Luther, the Protestant reformer, Gandhi and Nehru couldn't wait for another time. They had to act in their lifetimes. No man or woman is ahead of his time. Abraham leaving his country in the obedience of God's call. Moses leading a rebellious people to the promised land. Jesus dying on a cross, Galileo on his knees recanting. Lincoln dying of an assassin's bullet, Woodrow Wilson crusading for a League of Nations. And Martin Luther King Jr. dying, fighting for justice for garbage collectors. None of these were ahead of their time. With them, the time was always right to do that which is right, that which needed to be done. Honorees, Dillardites, precious guests, this is Dillard's time. We are Dillard's team, and our alma mater has a dream. Alma mater is dreaming of each of us reaching our fullest potential. My beloved Dillard family and treasured guests, we have an individual charge to keep that no one other than us can do. Alma Mater has a dream that she wants each of us to achieve. Beloved brothers and sisters, we must stand together. Black on black crime has to be addressed by us. Our community is calling for Dillard leadership in education, the sciences, the humanities, business, and the church. My dear Dillard brothers, we must be honorable black men who will someday be present fathers, faithful husbands, strong leaders, and powerful prayer warriors. My sweet Dillard sisters, you must embrace the Proverbs 31 model that says you will be a good wife, a great manager of resources, and able to make your own money. Professors, administrators, alumni, and guests, our charge is to remind these students that they control their Dillard destiny. Our charge is to support them even when they stumble or fail. Our charge is to love them to success in filling God's minute. Just a minute, only 60 seconds in it. Forced upon me, can't refuse it, didn't seek it, didn't choose it. But it's up to me to use it. I must suffer if I lose it, give an account if I abuse it, just a tiny little minute. But eternity is in it.
I pray you'll be our eyes and watch us where we go and help us to be wise in times when we don't know. Let this be our prayer when we lose our way. Lead us to a place, guide us with your grace to a place where we'll be safe. I pray we'll find your love. I pray we'll find your light and hold it in our heart. And hold it in our heart. When stars go out each night. When stars go out each night. Remind us where you are. Let this be our prayer. Let this be our prayer. Just like every child. Just like every child needs to find a place. Guide us with your grace. Give us faith so we'll be safe. A world where that's broken will be mended, and we'll remember we are all God's children, reaching out to touch you, reaching to the sky. We ask that life be kind. We ask that life be kind. And watch us from above. And watch us from above. We hope each soul will find. We hope each soul will find another soul to love. Another soul to love. Let this be a prayer. Let this be a prayer. Just like every child. Just like every child needs to find a place. Guide us with your grace. Give us faith so we'll be safe. Need to find a place. Guide us with your grace. Give us faith so we'll be
Kayla and Autumn, thank you so much for that beautiful rendition. It is always such a wonderful pleasure to see our students display their awesome talent. And of course, I think I would be remiss if I did not recognize Mr. Davenport, the maestro, who of course tutors our students and helps them to realize their Dillard destiny as musicians. If you could see what I see right now, you would be in awe. A room full of beautiful minds that are ready to lead the world and are indeed daring to achieve their Dillard destiny. Indeed, it is my honor to congratulate everyone who has played a role in what we celebrate today. Students, we are proud of you and your accomplishments. You represent all that is best about Dillard University, and your hard work has paid off in the recognition you are receiving today. Of course, we realize that behind every good student, there is a great parent or parents. Parents, thank you for the role you have played in providing your students with the characteristics of determination, persistence, and drive towards excellence that has gotten them here today. Faculty, the students' accomplishments provide evidence that you have ensured that they have acquired those skills necessary to survive. You have cultivated their critical thinking skills and have helped them hone their ability to solve problems. Thank you for what you have done to ensure that Dillard University is producing the best and brightest minds. Staff, thank you for supporting the students and assisting them as they navigate this academic enterprise which can at sometimes appear to be a maze. We all today take pride in what I guess I can call him Reverend Dr. Walter Tillman has said, that we embrace all that Dillard University is today, our mother, our alma mater, and we know that it is because of Dillard University's unconditional love that we will all strive to meet the purpose that brought us here to Dillard 4 years ago, 5 years ago, for some of us, 25 years ago, I guess for me, but we are all striving to meet our Dillard destiny. Dr. Haydell, well, I was about to say she came up here with me, but I guess I lost her. I want to recognize you for all that you have done as leader and director of the Thompson Cook Honors Program. So now, without further ado, I'd like to allow her to have her moment in the spotlight. So please join me in providing her a round of applause.
Good afternoon, everyone. You all look amazing. I know it's a process to get here, but I want to tell you all, you look amazing, and I'm very excited that you are here today. It is with great pleasure that I stand here to recognize the many accomplishments that you have achieved over the last year. I understand to accomplish what you have takes great commitment and often great sacrifice. You have prioritized excellence and success above many other choices you could have made. I believe I can speak for my colleagues when I say we are proud of you today and grateful to be able to support and guide you in every way that we can along this journey. Mary McLeod Bethune once said, "Invest in a human soul. You never know when you will find a diamond in the rough." Your time here at Dillard is when we are allowed the opportunity, the great fortune to help polish you so that you're ready when you embark upon the world. And your accomplishments thus far demonstrates that your polishing is well under its way and that you are destined to achieve greatness. So with that, we're going to call out your names and just for logistics. And then you'll come up and you'll shake Dr. Page and Dr. Kimbrough's hand and take your picture. And then this evening or this afternoon or later this week, you can come and get your certificates from our office. They're already ready. We're going to ask the faculty in the respective schools to stand so that you can be standing. So you all can stand while your students are being acknowledged. So we're going to start with the School of Humanities. So if you would stand, School of Humanities, and the faculty from the School of Humanities. Stephanie Apapuna. Okay. So I'm going to ask that we hold the applause to the end of all of our names for the respective schools, just so that we can make sure that we move them. Yeah, and then go down the aisle and back into your seats. So Tia Banks, Javon Bates, Tavon Blair, Chelsea Butler, Maya Carter, Malachi Casimir, Tyrell Collins, Jocelyn Daggs, Nakora Denman, Danica Hale, Delaney Duan, Calvin Felton, Taylor Francois, Raven Frederick. Chantrell Green. Casey Hawkins. Brittany Henderson. Mariah Hickman. Ayana Humphrey. Dewan Jacques. Nikisha Joyner. Danielle Link. Kristen Livingston. Tayshawn Lott Minor. Ariel Lucius. Danielle Miller. Kendra Murray. Megan Reed. Aaron Ryan. Taylor Shields. Tamia Simmons. Shelby Stewart. William Thompson II. Byron Witten. Astasia Williams and Arian Pierre. Okay, so that's the School of Humanities. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Okay. Nursing. So the School of Nursing, just wait 1 second. Okay. Okay. So if the faculty from the School of Nursing, yes, if you were saying. Olivia Baptiste, Kwanzaa Coleman, Christina McLean, Jordan Payne, Shankel Scott, and Jalen Smith. Okay. All right, the School of Public Health. Faculty, if you would stand. Just wait 1 second. I'm gonna call you, hold on. Bria Allen, L'Oreal Asama, Danica Baham, Heather Bell, Anthony Bennett, Taylor Bobby Bursey, Brianna Bonner, Samantha Brown, Terrion Brown, Sherry Carter, Jessica Duzzel, Thania Duzzel, Jasmine Everfield, Summer Cox, Kiana Favis, Kayla Frand, Michael George, Jermon Green, Rachel Green, Aaron Gregory, Esther Isidore, Sheila Jasmine, Ranisha Joyner, Marcella Price, Kayla Rochelle, Kenya Richard, Alicia Roberts, Gabrielle Smith, Jasmine Stewart, Ashley Taylor, Jessica Turner, Diamond Vines, Brandy Warner, Tawana Webb, April Williams, okay, School of Social Sciences, if you would still please stand. Kendra Abney, Chantel Baptiste, Destiny Barlow, Cassandra Baptiste, Brianna Birchman, Courtney Burks, Chelsea Blanchard, Felicia Bukri, Jorlyn Brown, Jade Kaysen, Naomi Creighton, Raven Duncan, Diamond Ellington, Faith Flugents, Ebony Gage, Danae Gibbs, Dominique Harden, Kishara Holmes, Monet Howard, Akila Graham, Haley James, Pierce Jenkins, Lanisha Jordan, Theodore Kemp, Khadijah Knight, Shauna Langsworthy, Hapia Martin, I'm going to call her name, Corinne Matthew. Kelly McFarland, Brian McGill, Bria Mitchell, Tazia Millette, Angel Moore, Kivana Naylor Dibble, Nia Nix, Jasmine Norris, Ariane Pierre, Alexandria Rivera, Jocelyn Salam, Alicia Scott, Malaysia Seals, Carmel Reeves, Carmel, Ngozi Taylor, Markeisha Swain, Angelica Thomas, and Destiny Tucker. Okay, School of STEM. Sydney Alexander. Ariel Allen. Ashley Blackwell. Nzinga Bamani. Reagan Brashears. Krista Charles. Brianna Crawford. Ariel Daniels. Kaylin Davis. Danielle Donald. Kamara Dunn. Mariana Dupont. Noma Duru. Journey Ellie. Mike Elik. Alexis Goldsmith. Tiara Green. Alden Harvey. Jasmine Henderson. Tamara Hunley. Cicely Inge. Elena Ingram. Yasmin Jacobs. Daniel Jagasar. Akendra Johnson. Janae Jones. John Josio. Mylan Lawless. Shamira Lawson. London Love. Brittany Maurice. Kenya Moore. Jonathan Morris. Dakari Moten. Doris Miles. Shakayla Nunez. Olabimpi Olafuyi. Ashley Page. Ashay Pierce. Chelsea Phillip. Essence Preston. Kyle Reese. Tequila Richard. Henry Salvant. Is it all the School of STEM? Oh, okay. I was thinking I have a lot more names. Okay, Serene Sin. Serene Game. Naja Smith. Shamari Thompson. Dressa Toussaint. Jalesa Triggs. Justice Tyner. Calvinisha Weaver. Adrian Wells. Alyssa White. Ashley Williams. Tashelle Witt. Brianna Wright. College of Business. Ahmed Al-Malik. Jakayla Brown. Joy Brown. Carmisha Brown. Kevandra Collins. Zane Janet. Courtney Gray. Eugene Hill II. Drew Jenkins. Ulu Joachim. Tamara Johnson. Devin Moss. Taranika Murphy. Mayan Indoe. What college are you in? Oh, because you didn't check in. I'm going to say you last. Okay. Hold on. Christina Owsley. Ruth Pierre. Amanda Riley. Alexia Robinson. Tobias Simmons. Brittany Smith. Lauren Uddyback. Kivansha Walter. Jade Warren. Elon Williams. Jaquise Willis. College of General Studies. Janisha Bayham. Kendrell Baker. Kayla Banks. Kamara Cleveland. Malika Cobb. Amber Davis. Brian Fortune. Taylor Isom. Abria Jones. Jayla Jones. Brescia Morris. Funtrell Nelson. Sasha Newman. Shariel Spurlock. Jalen Smith. And we have a couple. Chad Hudson. Maya Franklin. And these four ladies were accidentally omitted. Ayala James. Aaliyah Joseph, Jasmine Hill, Destiny Smith, Charlene Johnson, no, Charnay Johnson. It's hard to hear. Chelsea Bosley, Daniel Ford, Frankie Kanga, and Melrita Dillard Spencer. So the choir they've been, just as a side note, they've been gone and they got in very, very early this morning. So what time did y'all get in? They got in 3 o'clock this morning and they still sang like this for us. So we should, okay, William Broussard. Letitia Franklin, Amanda Newsom, Sanjay Victor, Jaquela Lawson, Kentrell Roberts, Asia Nelson, Brianna Allen, Alicia Williams, Brittany Linton, Alexandria Holmes, Antonia Hollins, Jade Hillary, Lorian Jones, Shannon Hayes, Kayla Boyd. Okay, so we have a group of students who did not meet who were a little delayed in their arrival, so they were not in line. But they want their picture with the president, and so here they go. Daniel Gibson, Wycliffe Douglas, Bakaria Tolfree, Jeremy Shine, Brittany Bowen, Asia Richardson, Jada Ashford, James McClue, okay. Holly Guzman, Madison Coleman, Deadrian Irvin, Jove Dufresne, Jamila Williams, Ashlyn Briner, right? Ashley. Kaylin Joseph, Ron Davalos, Alvin Harris, Adrena Freeman. Okay. So, and all the students who are acknowledged today were acknowledged for either earning the dean's list, or the honor roll. So the dean's list is 3.5 to 4.0, and the honor roll is, and I'll let you stand in those groups. So if you had the dean's list in either semester, please stand. 3.5. Okay. Okay. So if you can be seated. So And within that group, if you earned a 4.0 in either semester, please stand. And for everyone who was on the honor roll, which is a 3.2 to a 3.49, if you would stand. And finally, we have a number of honor societies here on our campus. They're all listed in your book. If you are a member of an honor society, please stand. I'm not naming you. And then the last group I'd like to acknowledge, if we have any students who are a Melton Fellow, if you would please stand. So thank you all very much for your cooperation and participation.
Good afternoon. All right, really quickly, just give me 2 minutes and then we'll complete our program. Particularly within the last month or so, there's always a lot of press when colleges and universities do their signing day for football. And I hate that day because that's a time when we just celebrate some folks that we normally wouldn't celebrate. And so one of the things I hope that we will do today using the power of social media is to really just celebrate what we've seen in here today and just sort of flood all of social media with positive messages about people who are excelling in the classroom. So if you will indulge me, because I gave up social media for Lent. I just only post on Sundays, which was real hard because I really wanted to tweet last week bad during Empire. I was like, that hurt bad, but you know, it's part of the discipline. So if you use the hashtag DUHonors15, any pictures that you take today, if you take pictures afterwards with our speaker, you can tag him on Twitter at Walter T. Tillman. But let's just get a lot of positive energy out there because this is a great scene that America needs to see. They need to understand that students at HBCUs are achieving, and we need to flood that positive message out there. So if you will do that for me today, and let's just take pictures, because y'all been taking pictures the whole time anyways. Let's use them positively. I want to thank Dr. Tillman for his remarks. I know there are family members who are here because I heard y'all already. Some of y'all are practicing for graduation, and it might not be for a couple years. Family members, stand up. Where are the family members? Family members, y'all stand up. Thank you for being here. That's very important for you to be here to celebrate that, so I want to thank you. Let me recognize any alums that are in the house. Any Dillard University alums, will you please stand? All right, thank you very much. And Dr. Page did a great job, so she thanked faculty and staff, students. Once again, really big round of applause for the choir. They got in at 3:45 in the morning. They've been on tour all week because I've been getting messages from Memphis and for Dallas. They were just killing it all across the country. So they did a great job. I guess I got to have y'all over the house for dinner, something special since y'all sang today. Would y'all like to do that? All right, we're going to make that happen real soon. So I'm going to have them over and feed them because that's a sacrifice for them, Professor Davenport and his leadership with the choir. So at this time, will you please stand for the singing of the alma mater and the benediction, and then we will have our recession.
Fair Dillard. Fair Dillard, gleaming white and spacious green, we love thy every blade and tree. We love thy breathless days, thy nights serene, thy halls where men are men, and arise, O sons and daughters, hail thy queen, and pledge for thy loyalty. Fair Dillard, flaming love and learning's light, teach us each day, each passing hour, a deepening love for beauty, truth, and right, source of all nobleness and power, and through the joyous day, the dreaded night, forever guide alma mater. Forever guide alma mater.
Let us remain standing for our invocation. A brief announcement, just a reminder that the cafeteria dining hall will still be open, and it will stay open until 2 p.m. on today. Right on time. Let us pray. God, thank you for making us all champions. When life doesn't always feel so just and fair, please help us to remain anchored in you. You're all in all of things, you're in all of us, you're in all things. And so we ask that you continue to nurture us with your love, even when we are beat down by life. And in our heads, God, in the knowledge that you give us, we ask that you would go forth. As we go forth, help us to meet every goal that we set out to do. Teach us each day, each passing hour, to walk in our destinies. In the love with our heart, God, we ask that the road may rise to meet us, and that the wind will always be at our back. The rain falls softly on our fields until we meet again. May God hold you in the palms of his hands. In your names we pray. We ask all these things in the names of all of those that have come before us. Amen.